for 2.5 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. I'm just going to follow up on my colleague. I did meet the German Chancellor last year in Berlin, and he told us they were not interested in Canada's LNG at all. He said they wanted to know if Canada could provide them with clean energy, but then he asked us if we had stable and non-conspiracy-driven governments. And I was saying, well, I think maybe, but we'll have to see. But that's not the reason I'm mentioning this. Last summer, as 200,000 people fled their homes from climate fires, Rich Kruger from Suncor CEO made a statement that there was a state of emergency, that the industry had to make even more money and expand production as people were fleeing. And I was thinking, God, that is so, the disconnect. And this summer when Jasper burned, what a tragedy. And we had Cenovus CEO John McKenzie here, and I asked him if he believed there was a connection between fossil fuel burning and the climate crisis. And he didn't believe one. He didn't know. And I thought, well, that's wild given all the lawsuits industry is facing and all the science. And what I haven't heard from anybody here is a mention of environment or climate obligations. I didn't hear it from our CEOs. I haven't heard a few, but you did mention atmospheric rivers and wildfires and how you managed to get past that. So simple question for each of you. Do you believe there is a direct link between fossil fuel burning and the climate crisis that is hitting our communities across the country? Mr. Legge? Is there a connection?
I think the science is far too difficult to determine, particularly when it comes to forest fires and natural disasters.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Yedlin, do you believe the science, is it too difficult for you, or do you believe there's a connection?
Chair, could the witness actually finish his comment there? Because there are facts
okay,
about
so
the forest fires.
We are at the end of time.
Can I just get them to just say yes or no?
You can
Simple.
finish
yes
off
or
with
no.
that, please.
Is there a connection, Ms. Yedlin?
This is a multifactorial issue. It's not just there's not an A then B connection.
So there is no connection between fossil fuel burning. You don't know. Mr. Strickland, do you know if there's a connection, or is this just like
point of order
for you too?
Okay.
Yes or no?
I'm going to ask colleagues.
Okay, complex.
Mr. Angus, I'm asking you to hold. We have a point of order by Ms. Stubbs. No, oh, sorry, Ms. Goodrich. My apologies.
We maybe look the same. Yeah, I know. We all look the same. Anyways, point of order. I appreciate that Mr. Angus might not want to hear the response, but I believe interrupting the witnesses after he gave very long questions is disrespectful, especially speaking over powerful women that are simply trying to get their answer.
Fair enough. Point of order, Chair? I
yes.
agree. I agree. I'm more than willing to give them as much time as they want to talk. I won't say another word. Can you tell me if you believe the science of climate change?
Mr. Angus,
does Alberta Chamber of Commerce? I'll stop talking. Let me talk.
I'll need you to stop. I'll need you to stop because there is a point of order by Ms. Goodridge and yourself, and I will just ask.
I'm letting them talk.
Everybody around the table here. If you ask a question, allow the witnesses to have the opportunity to provide an answer, even though if it's a brief answer, and let's not try to interrupt or talk over each other just to keep the committee running smoothly as it has been over several meetings. I thank you for your cooperation, Ms. Goodrich. Thank you for your highlighting that, and you as well, Mr. Angus. On a point of order, go ahead.
Yeah, because I certainly don't want to seem like a hard guy. I love Calgary. I spent a lot of time. I love Edmonton. My wife's from there. So I would ask I didn't want to be rude. I only get 2.5 minutes.
Your time's actually up.
I know. This is my point of order. Would they be willing to write, like other witnesses, to tell us if they believe?
But oil and gas development isn't actually in
whether they believe in climate science, they could write to the committee and we can see. That way I haven't interrupted them.
Mr. Angus, you're not a point of order, but your point of clarification is to the witnesses, if you so choose to write and would like to provide additional brief on anything you've provided today you may have missed or you'd like to add any extra context or information, you are able to do so by sending it directly to the clerk. But we are